Hey guys, this is James Stevenson from Insomniac Games. I'm going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough of Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, which is our new epilogue to the Future series. It's coming out on PlayStation 3 this fall for $29.99 on the PlayStation Network store. And so Andrew's playing here, and what has happened so far in Into the Nexus is Ratchet was helping transport a dangerous prisoner named Vendra Prague. She does escape, and Ratchet's now kind of on her tail and chasing down the mystery. And over the course of it, you find out her personal story is very similar to Ratchet's. And that kind of is how we continue the storyline of the Future Saga. What you're seeing here, Ratchet's using a brand new gadget. A main theme of Into the Nexus is gravity. And this new gadget is called the Grav Tether. And it allows him to connect 2 points with a gravity beam that then he can use to traverse. So he just used the bolt crank to move the targets, and now he's using it to get up to that spot he couldn't get to before. And you'll use that gadget throughout the game. You can have multiple beams going at the same time. You'll see that in a little bit. Another thing you might notice is right now, at least this area, is a little bit darker area than usual for Ratchet and Clank. And one of the second themes besides gravity we really were trying to explore was the darkness of space. So you get some of these interesting cavern areas. You see Clank's flashlight up over Ratchet's right shoulder. So we have kind of a flashlight to see in these areas. There's still a lot of color, the blues, the purples, but it's definitely a little bit of a different vibe, a little bit of kind of a spooky vibe. And you also can see both of the themes of gravity and the darkness of space in some of the new weapons we have. So one of the kind of spookier weapons is the Nightmare in a Box. And the Nightmare Box, when you throw it out, unleashes a creepy creature that's going to scare the enemies, and they're also going to end up attacking it, and if you level it up, it can fight back too. So they'll try and destroy it. Against those little guys, it's going to kill them instantly, but the bigger folks, it'll distract for a while. We also have a couple gravity weapons. You'll see the Vortex Grenade, which creates a black hole that sucks the enemies up into it, and then you can use your pistol or bombs to shoot them. We also have the Temporal Repulsor, which is going to kill these guys pretty easily, but it blasts the enemies up into the air, and you can get another shot off on them, so it's pretty useful. We're definitely playing with those things. You won't see it in this level, but Ratchet, there's zero-G gameplay where you'll be out in space, and Ratchet will be jumping from surface to surface in zero-G. So we're going to get out of this dark area, back out into kind of, the classic Ratchet vistas. You see a orphanage off there in the distance. This is Vendra Prague's homeworld planet, and it's been abandoned because it was haunted. And you're kind of slowly figuring out the mystery here. But unfortunately, Vendra and Neftin have hired the Thugs for Less. And if you're a big Ratchet fan, you probably remember the Thugs for Less from Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. They're these lizard guys that are basically mercenaries for hire. And so we brought them back as sort of one of the villain groups in the game that you'll have to fight. And they're working for Neftin because he's paying them the most amount of bolts. So here's another Grav Tether puzzle. You'll see that you'll have to do multiple beams, whichever one you shoot first. If you actually look behind him, you'll see that there was a opportunity for some crates up on top of there. So if there's all sorts of little ways to use the beams to get some hidden stuff. We have gold bolts in the game. You'll want bolts to buy and upgrade your weapons. There's also Raritanium is back, and each weapon has a full upgrade path in a Raritanium with a kind of a hex chart of upgrades. So for those that really want the depth of a Ratchet game, there's a ton of new weapons, lots to buy, lots to upgrade, and tons of reason to keep playing and explore every nook and cranny. So here's a little more of the Grav Tether. And a lot of times you'll be forced to kind of reuse the targets you've used. So he used this target to get over here, but now Andrew's going to have to hit it again and target a new target across the way. So this would ordinarily be an area you couldn't get through with Ratchet, and the new gadget allows him to get around. We use the bolt crank here, and that's going to move that target to where we can use it. But he's only got a minute now, so you have to move quickly. Now he can't get out to that one unless he reverses his original target. So now it's going to take, this target will take him back, and he can switch beams. We are crossing the streams here. So here's one of the Thugs for Less. He's got a turret. He's guarding the entrance to this cavern. Toss some grenades at him. And now we can use the turret to blast open this grate. So Ratchet's going to head back into another cave where they've been holding one of the Tyrannoids hostage. And we're skipping a cutscene here, but he basically is going to give us a new device called the Rift Cracker. So now Clank's flashlight is going to expose rifts in the wall, and we can throw Clank into the rift. And now this gives us this new 2D Clank gameplay. This is something new for Gamescom and PAX. We've just revealed it. And it allows you to control gravity. So you move normally with the left stick and can jump and hover as usual. With the right stick, you can change the direction of gravity. And right now we're changing it up and down. He's using the D-pad to look to the left and right and see what's coming up. And now he can manipulate gravity to the right and left too. So you can change the gravity in any of those 4 directions. And so jumping across, you got to avoid the pink stuff. It kills you. Kind of gives me flashbacks to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles swimming on NES. And the ultimate goal, you have to find the rift creature, the Nether. And when you get to the Nether, you can then punch it, and it will chase you through the level. And you want to get it back to the rift opening. And when a Nether tries to cross through a rift opening, it explodes. That explosion is going to blow up that wall that was blocking Ratchet and Clank's path. So you don't want this thing to get too close. It's going to be chasing you the whole way. And this is the very first one. We're going to see another harder puzzle in just a second. Oh, it's getting really close to attacking him. But Clank made it. And now the wall is broken. So we've got one more of these puzzles to show you some of the other things, because it's not just all fun and jumping over platforms. And Clank's just figured out the ghosts are actually nether creatures from another dimension. As you know, the Lombax story deals with other dimensions too, so kind of gives you some hints at where this, how this extends the future saga. So now we're getting into some things where you see these boxes, and the boxes are affected by gravity too. So we have box and switch puzzles, where you have to move boxes through kind of sliding box puzzles. You're also going to have platforms in a second that you'll see affected by the gravity as well. So here's another box puzzle. We got a box we got to kind of get out. Now you can use gravity to move the boxes, or Clank can pull them around in his gravity. Sometimes it's a little more fine-tuned control. Other players could do that with gravity only as well. So there's a lot of different ways to play these. If you want, you could even kind of manipulate gravity to stay in the middle and hover through a lot of the areas too, if you're a really skilled player. So here's the Nether, and oh, he's been punched. Now he's going to chase him. And there's an example of flying through an area, so you're seeing. Now here's another box puzzle. Sometimes you have to do the box puzzles as you're fighting, and he didn't get it quite on the switch. Oh no. And now he's hovering down. You can use Clank's hover in any direction, so whatever direction you're following, you can slow it down. And he made it to the rift. And so that's basically the end of this demo. We got a chance to see a couple of the new gravity weapons, the new Nightmare box. You got to see Clank's gravity gameplay. And we're really excited about Into the Nexus. It'll be out on PlayStation 3 this holiday season, $29.99. Download on the PlayStation Store. There's also a disc version. And for more, check out Insomniac Games' Twitter and Facebook accounts.